I am ready, Varsava. Let's do business for God. Somebody was talking about the age of miracles the other day. I heard them talking. And the guy pointed it out like this. He said, some people are saying the age of miracles has passed away. The age of prophets has passed away. So the question is, miracles, prophets, gone? Question mark. So the question is, well, when did the miracles stop? Just a second now. I'm going to check. I'm checking here. When did the miracles stop? Don't think I can put a time on that. When did the miracles stop? And of course, the next question is, what date? Anybody got a calendar out there? You can hold your calendar up. Can you point on some year, some month, in some decade, in some millennia? Can you identify that? No, you can't. When did the miracles stop? What date? What's the date, please? Tell me. When did prophets cease to be? Show me the date again, guys. Show me the date. Well, Jesus, let me point this out. Jesus and the apostles did miracles. And the apostles, after Jesus left, they did miracles. Okay. Now, I know that there's guys in modern times that have done miracles and still are. I think of names like William Branham, Smith Wigglesworth, Oral Roberts, Kenneth Copeland, Kenneth Hagin. That's enough. I don't have to give you 500 names. I can remember at a youth meeting, we were the youth ministers at a church for a time. And I can remember at a youth meeting one night, we had a really successful youth ministry, youth group. There would be more kids or people in our youth meeting on the Tuesday or Wednesday night, whatever they were. We would have more youth in the youth meeting than the pastor had in the main service by at least 2-1. No problem. And one night, one of the youth brought a friend. And these guys that came, these two brothers and their friend, they'd be roughly 15 years old. And they said, would you pray for our friend? I said, sure. So he come up and I said, asked him a question. I don't even know what I asked him. I probably said, what would you have me pray for? And he said, it was something to do with breathing. His breathing was not right. I said, sure. So he's standing there in front of me. He's a young man. He's almost the same size as me. And I reached over and I put my hands on him and I prayed for him. And it got real quiet in the room. The kids, our youth group, they were smart. They were well trained. They were disciplined. I raised these youth up in my group like a drill sergeant in the Army. And to this day, they have benefits from that training. So I laid hands on this young man. And when I did, he did this. He went, and he took this huge, lung-filling deep breath. Really big, deep breath in. And he let it out, and his eyes started to water up. And I'm still praying over him. And he's breathing away. And then he did that again. He took this really huge infilling deep breath. And his eyes are watering. He's got, he's teary-eyed, so on. And so I'm done praying. And these are teenagers, and I don't want to, especially because they're teenagers, I don't want to do anything to embarrass them or to center them out, make them feel, I'm not finding the right word, so they don't feel embarrassed. And he just stood there. I thought he'd probably go sit down, but he didn't. He just stood there. And some of it would probably be the kids that brought him. They were looking at him, and they were a little bit wide-eyed when they were watching him. And at that point there, when he's not going back and sitting down, I just kind of relaxed and said, is there anybody else that wants prayer? And was continuing on, and he was still standing there. And eventually he kind of composed himself because he was a little bit teary-eyed and worked up. And he had to speak through tears when he started to talk. And I was not pushing him, being very, very sensitive to the Holy Spirit to go which way the Holy Spirit said to go. And finally he said to me, you saw there when I took that big deep breath? And I said, yeah, I noticed that. And he's fighting back the tears as he's telling me that. He goes, well, when I did that there, and I took that big deep breath, he said, I haven't done that since I was 4 years old. He says, I haven't been able to get my breath. And he'd had something like emphysema, or I don't know if I'm getting the right name, but something like emphysema. And God healed him right on the spot. So don't tell me that miracles don't happen, because miracles happen every day wherever faith is released. Come back and see me a time.